Do you want to know the 3 steps to getting a U.S. visa? Well, if you do, then you should watch this video because it is critical information that you need to know to understand clearly the 3 specific steps that it takes to get a U.S. visa. Hi, and thank you for joining me to talk U.S. immigration. If you're new to my channel, I'm Andrea Shev, and I've been doing immigration for over 20 years now. And I put together this channel to give you clear, concise, and easy to understand information about all different types of U.S. immigration topics. So in this video, we're going to start with this really important topic of 3 steps to get you your U.S. visa. Now let's get going. The 3 steps that we are going to talk about in this video have to do with the 3 different U.S. agencies that you're going to have to deal with in order to get yourself that U.S. visa. There is USCIS, which is United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. There is the U.S. Department of State, which handles all the U.S. consulates and embassies around the world. And there is the Border Patrol, the sweet guys that you meet or women that you meet at the border when you're entering the country. You have to deal with all 3 of those. Now, some of you out there won't have to deal with USCIS directly because you're going to apply directly at a consulate abroad. You don't have to do that step, but you should still watch this video so you understand how it all works and how it all fits together, because it's really important. I'm going to tell you at the end of this video why knowing this process and knowing the 3 steps you have to go through makes you understand and be very aware when you're actually at each step of the process. So let's start with the first step, which is usually dealing with USCIS. USCIS is usually the place where your U.S. petitioner, if you're applying for a work visa or some type of visa that requires you to have a U.S. petitioner that needs to file for you. And that needs to be filed in the United States with USCIS. Once USCIS approves that petition, then usually what happens is they'll get an approval notice. They'll give you the approval notice, and then you have to then take that approval notice and set up for yourself an interview at a U.S. consulate abroad in order to get issued that visa. Now, without that approval notice, you're not going to be able to get the visa unless, like I said, you're applying for something like a visitor visa that you don't need an approval from USCIS in order to apply for it at the consulate. But the key point I'm trying to make, or the key thing that you need to keep in mind, is when we say the approval notice from USCIS in order to apply at a U.S. consulate, be aware of that word apply at a U.S. consulate. So just because USCIS grants you or gives your petitioner an approval that allows you to then go to the consulate and apply for that U.S. visa does not mean that the U.S. consulate needs to grant it. So just because USCIS says yes, this person can go ahead and apply for a visa at a U.S. consulate, it does not mean that you get to automatically get your visa at the U.S. consulate when you apply. Because what happens at the U.S. consulate takes that approval notice, says, okay, this is a legitimate approval. The USCIS has approved this particular person under these circumstances to be issued a visa, but now we, the U.S. consulate, have to do our due diligence. We have to do a background check on the person. We have to make sure we're in agreement that this person should be approved for this type of visa. We have to decide how long that visa should be. So even though USCIS puts on the approval notice a certain period of time, it does not mean that the visa has to be for the exact same period of time. The Department of State, which controls all the U.S. consulates around the world, are completely independent in their decision making and not at all accountable to USCIS. They are completely separate agencies working under the same umbrella, but they have their own discretion when making determinations. And that is critical to understand. Just because you are holding a USCIS approval notice saying that you are approved to get your H-1B, your P visa, your O visa, your L visa, whatever it is, it does not mean that the U.S. consulate officer needs to grant you that visa. They have no obligation to USCIS to acknowledge or accept the approval that they gave them. Now, once you are lucky enough to get that US visa in your passport and you are ready to go to the United States. Now, everyone will think, okay, I'm ready to go to the United States, so I just show my visa on entry and I get in. Well, that's not the case either, because the Border Patrol is also a separate independent agency in this umbrella that you're going to be working under. The Border Patrol has their own discretion to decide if you can come in, what status you can come in, for how long you can come in, and they get to do that independent of the fact that you have a visa, you don't have a visa, you have an approval notice, you don't have an approval notice, whatever the situation is. They have their absolute independent discretion to make a decision when you enter the country with that visa in your passport. And that includes if you're coming in as a visitor. And it includes if you didn't even have to do the consulate or the USCIS part and you only came in on ESTA. The Border Patrol has complete discretion on letting you in and how long you're going to get in for and under what status you're going to go. So when you walk up to that Border Patrol and you hand them your visa, either an O, an E, an L, a B, whatever it is, an F, they will then make their own independent decision if they're going to let you into the country. And a lot of times, how long you're going to be coming in has no correlation to how long your visa is. So for example, if you have an E2 visa in your passport and the E2 visa is for 5 years, the Border Patrol will only give you 2 years at a time on that 5-year visa. And that is because they are dictated by different rules and they're an independent entity and not connected to or accountable to USCIS or the Department of State, which controls the US consulates. So let's step back for a second. So you're thinking to yourself, so you're telling me that even if I have an approval notice and even if I have a US visa, I still might not be able to get in the US? And the answer is yes, because that Border Patrol officer has the right to deny your entry. It could be for a million reasons, but they do have a right to deny your entry. So that means that you have to be diligent at every step of this process. The first step, the second step when you apply for the visa, and the third step when you walk up to that Border Patrol officer when you come in. So let's recap the idea. What's super important about this video and what is critical that anyone who is going through this process understands is that each of these 3 agencies, USCIS, Department of State controlling the US consulates, and the Customs Border Patrol, they are separate entities with separate distinguished decision-making powers. They are separate entities with distinguished, separate decision-making powers. So just because one says yes, the other 2 could say no. Just because 2 of them say yes, the third could say no. So you need to make sure that you're diligent at every step of the process and understand clearly what each process means. Even if you are applying directly at the consulate for your visa and you don't need a USCIS approval notice, you need to understand that just because you have that visa does not mean you're going to be able to get into the country. And understand one more thing, that even though you have that visa and have gotten into the country before, it doesn't guarantee that every single time you step in that there's a 100% guarantee you're going to get back in. There is a discretion that happens. There is an adjudication that happens every single time you step up to that border to come into the United States. Have a visa or have ESTA, they always have the right to deny your entry. Now you can understand the 3 steps to getting a US visa. They're critical 3 steps and they're independent 3 steps, but they do somewhat depend on each other clearly. Without an approval notice, a lot of times you're not able to get the visa. Without a visa, you can't get into the US. So they are dependent, but they're independent agencies with full independent discretion on letting you in, issuing the visa, or granting the approval notice. Be aware of this. I think it's really helpful and really, really important to be knowledgeable about how the system works so you can make sure that you are aware and diligent at each step of the way and do what you need to do to make sure and secure yourself entry into the United States. Don't forget, down below, I have given a free interview prep, checklist, and interview tips and pointers from my 20 years of experience. If you're going for an interview, make sure you click on that and pick it up. If you need help preparing for your interview at the consulate, I am here for you. Please click below and set up a consultation. Thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and see you next time.